Right, back in the shop. Today, I'm going to tell you a little bit about this little saw. This is an old, probably come from Sears, but it's got a David Bradley tag on it. Kind of hard to see, it's upside down there. It's got a David Bradley tag, and it says Portable Power Saw by Sears and Roebuck. And the deal with this saw was it never was going to restore it. We just wanted to make it functional. The person that has this, they set it up in a sawbuck and they cut logs into firewood is what they do with it. And it hadn't been ran in many years. And we was hoping to get the old original motor going on it. But it had some problems. It didn't have spark and kind of narrowed down to the coil, I do believe. And that's an old, it's got a Sears tag on it, but I think it was made for Sears by Briggs & Stratton. I want to say it's like a Briggs Z model or A model, something like that. I'm sure you guys, more people can just tell by looking at it probably. But anyway, it has a great big huge coil behind the flywheel. And the key on the flywheel was sheared. So I got a new one of those and put in there, and it just never would generate any spark. It would generate enough that it would light up my spark tester, but as soon as you put a spark plug on it, it wouldn't spark. And the guy that has this is older, and he kind of wanted something that'd be easier to start and more reliable. So he just bought a new motor for it, and I got that put on there, and it seems to work all right. Originally, there was 3 belts. The original motor had a 3-belt pulley. This one, the shaft wasn't quite long enough to put that on there, so right now we're just running a single pulley. We might eventually, I'll do some looking. This is just what the guy brought to me, was a single pulley. I'm sure I can probably find a double pulley for a 3/4 inch shaft and put on there. But this seems to work for now. We'll give it a shot and see how it does. And if we need to do something different, we will. But yeah, this whole thing here is designed to rotate. You can actually turn that saw down. And if you wanted to cut brush with it, you could do that. Or small trees. I think originally this may have been self-propelled. I think there would have been another handle over on this side that would have put rollers against the tires to kind of self-propel this thing a little bit. But I'm here to tell you, you don't want to drag this thing around through the woods too much, that's for sure. The handles have been modified and broken, and this side's broken. I still need to, this is just kind of my redneck fix here. I'm going to drill a hole through here and put bolts through, because the handlebar is broken right in there, and the handlebar is so thin and just rotten, there's no way to weld it back. But that'll be functional for now. Like I said, this thing's just going to sit in a sawbuck situation, so it's not really going to go anywhere. I broke the tires down, put new inner tubes in them, and these are 16-inch tires. Didn't want to put new tires on there or anything, so they wouldn't hold air. The old tubes were rotten. So I broke the tires down off the rims and put brand new tubes in. So now they'll at least hold air long enough you can roll it around and get it set up. And then, like I said, he'll have this set up in a sawbuck. There's a deal that comes in the front of it, and you put logs on it and work them into the saw blade. But I'll see if I can't get you set up here, and we'll fire this thing up here and run it for just a little bit and show you how it works. All right, got you guys set up here. Let's see if I can get this thing fired up and run it just a little bit for you. Seems to run all right. And then see, you just pull this thing around wherever you want it. It rolls pretty easy with those 16-inch tires on there. But if you're dragging that thing through brush and up and through hills and stuff, it would not take long to wear a person out. But I tell you, back in the day, men were men and women were men too sometimes. So I got to respect how they got things done back in the day, that's for sure. We were definitely spoiled with all of our mechanical stuff we have nowadays. But anyway, that's what we kind of been working on in the shop here the last few days. Now that I've got that done and out of the way, I'm going to get back on the motor for the Plymouth. Finished getting that cleaned up. I went ahead and took the front timing cover off. Got a new one of those. We'll go ahead and put it on there too. So we're going to have pretty much all new gaskets on stuff. But anyway, we'll get back on that and try and get it going on the engine stand so we can make sure it's going to run all right before we spend all the time and trouble of pulling the old motor and trans out of the Plymouth and getting that swapped over. So anyway, that's going to be it for now, guys. Have a good one.